we going on, people? Luke here from LAGFX. We are back today with another Sunday Sessions video. If you're new to this series, it is basically where we go over some of the markets that we feel hold good potential for the coming weeks in placing profitable positions. So it gives you guys the opportunity to see exactly how we analyze these markets and prepare to place these profitable positions. In doing so, we are actually highlighting and suggesting areas that we could potentially look to buy or sell from in the coming weeks. Now, if you do go on to enjoy this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or queries regarding the analysis performed today, please leave them in the comments below. If you aren't involved in the VIP chats or the Learning Lounge group chat, please go down to the description below. Links will be in there. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight into today's Sunday Sessions video. So you'll notice on screen the first pair I'm going to go over today is the NZD CAD. So that's the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. What we are seeing at the moment is price trading us bearish and has been trading us bearish for some time now. This is on the higher time frame structure. What we've been delivered with recently is a break of structure to the upside. So that suggests this bearish move lower has finished or concluded, and the next bullish impulsive wave is ready to take place. Now, with that being said, we have had the initial impulsive wave that took place in the market. Now, in order for us to get involved in these markets moving forward, we want to be looking for valid demand zones. So what we do is we look at the impulsive wave that broke the structure. So from here to here, this being the impulsive wave, we look inside of this to find any unmitigated areas, any unmitigated candles that may suggest demand being left over. What I've done is I've highlighted two areas here for you all that you could go and highlight for yourselves. What I'll do is I'll mark them out for you now. So you can see here that these are two valid demand zones that I'm looking to actually buy from as a longer term goal with this market, as we have been delivered with signs of bullishness moving forward. So if we just take our path tool, this is the first impulsive wave. This at the moment is the corrective wave trading us into a demand zone, and then we should see price take off, creating a new higher high. So with that being said, what we can do is we can actually look to go short in this market, trading price into one of two demand zones before taking this market long. So what I've done, if we go down on timeframes again, is I have highlighted a valid last buy to sell region. This is of course a supply zone. So our original entry came from here, where I wanted to look to get involved from, and we could have taken advantage of this initial move lower just last week. So to anyone who got involved in that move last week, well done. It was on the Sunday Sessions video. I was looking to go short from this zone here, so if you did manage to get involved, congratulations. Now, obviously, to get involved in this market a second time round, what I'm wanting to see now is price put in a fractal correction, trading us into this supply zone here before going on to take that next leg lower. And as you can see, that is just price following clear bearish structure. We have a high set, a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it's clear bearish structure. So the good thing is we are following the prevailed trend, which is a higher time frame structure. As we know, price is within a corrective phase, trading us bearish, and we are actually following the fractal nature of this structure as well. So this is the supply zone I am looking to get involved in those shorts from. So what I'll do is I'll highlight this out as a potential area we can look to place sell positions from in the coming weeks. So if you haven't done already, please pause the video and mark this zone out for yourself, as this is going to be an area we can look to get involved from. Now, in the meantime, what we could also do is actually look to go long in this market, assuming we are delivered with the right confirmation in order to do so. So what we would want to see is actually a break of structure to be delivered. So this marks the last structural high. So we want to see this high break in order to confirm the end of this impulsive wave and the confirmation of the next correction. So we want to see this high break. So it may look something like this. Price may come up, break structure. We'll then see price pull back, tapping into a fractal demand zone that will present itself from this initial impulsive wave that broke the structure, and then that's where we can look to get involved from. Trade price higher will be delivered with another break of structure, and then that's where we can trade price lower. So we can look to go long before we go short, before we go long again longer term. So that is a perfect example of three positions that we could place on this market over the course of the next few months. So we could look to go long before we go short, before we go long again. But the most important thing to do is highlight the zone out, wait for confirmation in order to get involved, and then get yourself involved. But that is my analysis for the NZD CAD. Now moving over to the XAU USD market. This market is very much bearish. I called this maybe a month ago on one of the Sunday sessions videos. I wanted to see price trade us into this and then go short. We've been delivered with that. My goal here is to see price come as low as 18.14. I've been saying this for the past few weeks. You can go back on Sunday sessions videos and look for yourself. But what we want to do is we actually want to take advantage of this market and get involved in some short positions. So I have highlighted 2 potential sell zones. So what I'll do is I'll mark this one out for you all as well. Pause the video and apply this to your own charts as potential areas to sell from. So these are the 2 zones I am looking at the moment. We've got a supply zone here and a supply zone here. What we want to see is for price to put in that corrective wave, trading us into one of 2 supply zones, deliver us with a confirmation of bearishness, and then for price to continue trading us lower. So we would be looking to get involved in shorts from these 2 zones here. But ultimately, we just want to take advantage of this entire impulsive wave trading us lower, as low as 18.14. If we can do that, then that would be brilliant. And now the reason why I have set my take profit at 18.14 is just because that is just above the previous structural low on the higher time frame structure. So it's almost guaranteed that price can reach as low as this point without reversing at any time. So it's very important when we're placing these positions that we are placing our stop losses and take profits in areas that are valid and areas that make sense. If you're just placing stop losses and take profits anywhere, then the likelihood of your position being successful is very slim. But those are just 2 zones that I am looking to definitely get involved in shorts on this market. Okay, now heading over to the Euro US dollar. Very similar situation. I called price going short here. Price has been delivering us with bearish structure ever since. I'm wanting to see price trade us into this demand zone here for demand to be introduced and for that to flip the supply and demand balance. Price then going on to trade us higher into this market. You'll notice that I've highlighted a supply zone here. I was expecting price to come up to clear any inefficient structure that has been left below, as well as clearing this unmitigated area. It's in price, but price hasn't come to do that. There's obviously enough supply in this market to continue trading price lower. I suspect that when price does in fact trade us into this demand zone, the supply and demand balance will completely flip. And then in doing so, we can expect price to come and trade us into this supply zone. Now, this supply zone could offer us with some temporary bearishness, or it could offer us with some longer term bearishness as well. So it is very important that we are vigilant when we are involved in buy positions when price does come to trade us up and into this zone. So what are my thoughts for the coming week? Well, I do want to see price continue trading us lower into this demand zone, for structure to break to the upside, demand to be introduced, giving us the confirmation that we can look to go long. As soon as we are delivered with all pieces of confirmation, I will be looking to place my long positions from this demand zone here, trading price all the way up and into this supply zone here. I'll probably close my buy positions here, just as a result of price tapping into this supply zone, we can expect some bearishness to be introduced. But you can see here that we would walk away with a lovely 1 to 14 risk to reward ratio. So if you're risking 1%, you're looking at 14% returns. If you risk 2%, you're looking at 28% returns on this trade. So that is my setup for the Euro US dollar. If you want to, pause the video now and highlight these 2 zones out. Again, these are valid supply and demand zones that we can look to be trading from. So definitely highlight this, because this is probably the zone that price is going to tap into first. And then this one could be obviously a potential area we could look to go short from yet again. But as you can see, if we zoom out on this market, you'll see the higher time frame structure. We are being delivered with clear bullishness, setting highs and lows. What we are seeing now is price tap into this. I want to see price come up, potentially trade us into here, and then maybe put in a full higher time frame corrective wave before taking us long yet again. So that is my overall setup and my overall bias for this market. Okay, now finally heading over to silver. This is a market that I have just completed a full case study on, so that should be out on Wednesday. I may bring it out earlier, depending on whether you guys want to see it earlier. But ultimately, I am looking to go long in this market. I believe all precious metals are only going to appreciate as time goes on. They are precious metals and therefore are always going to hold value. What I am wanting to see is price to tap into this demand zone here. For demand to be introduced, that should flip that supply and demand balance, put an end to this corrective phase and trade price higher, breaking the previous highs and creating new highs. Now, before price does that, we need to see more supply being introduced in order to continue pushing price lower. So what I have done is I have highlighted 3 potential supply zones that we can look to trade from. I believe this will definitely offer us with some temporary bearishness come the open. But ultimately, I think price may continue to trade us up and into one of 2 supply zones up here. So we can expect temporary bearishness to be introduced from this supply zone, for price to pick up more demand, potentially from this last sell to buy region, for price to then continue trading us higher, and then that's when I'm expecting price to put in that full corrective wave trading us into the demand zone down here. As soon as price trades us into the demand zone, I'm expecting enough demand to be introduced to break all previous highs, creating those new higher highs. So that is my setup for silver as a shorter term thing. As I say, I am expecting price to only increase with silver and gold, as they are precious metals and they're always going to hold value. So if you are looking to get involved in this market in the coming week, you could look to place some temporary short positions from this supply zone here. I would close them around 22.84 just to be safe. And then I'll probably look to go short again from this supply zone up here, trading price all the way down as low as 21.32. So if you haven't done already, mark these zones out for yourself, as these are going to be valid areas we can also look to potentially trade from in the coming weeks. Now, that is going to summarize this Sunday sessions video. I was going to go over US oil as well, but I'll probably save that for another case study video. If you want to see that analysis, be sure to head over to the Learning Lounge group chat, because I'll be posting all my updated analysis in there. As I said to you earlier, if you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or queries regarding the zones and areas I've highlighted, my analysis in general, please leave them in the comments below and I'll be sure to reply to you. And if you are interested in our mentorship programs or any other paid services, go over to the website, drop one of the team a message, and we'll be sure to consult with you with anything you are unsure about. Now, with all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and we will catch you all in the next one.